there is this new TikTok trend going around where you're supposed to nerd out. And that means that you pose in a photo and put all of your nerdy interests around you and share them with the world shamelessly. But this trend has been commandeered by normies who have zero nerdy interests whatsoever. And it's starting to convince people that conventionally attractive people in society don't have hobbies or interests outside of consumerism.
You know, it's like the
Their
meme.
personalities are just made up of, as you can see.
It's like the meme
Target.
of like, I want a nerdy guy, and they say the nerdy guy she wants, and it's Henry Cavill.
This is hers. This is her take on the trend. Crumble, Target, Dr. Pepper, Taco Bell, The Summer I Turned Pretty, TikTok, literally just TikTok. Taylor Swift.
It's literally just consumption.
One of them is a tanning lotion.
What is okay? So what
she
would
nerds
be,
out over fake tan?
Let me ask you a question. What would be something that you would actually call nerding out for a woman on here? Would it be like Warhammer? Like, would it be like Warhammer 40K? She's into like painting figurines.
I don't know. Women are less likely to be into like nerdy stuff.
Okay. What would be one that's more mainstream but still kind of leans that way? It can't be like Star Wars. It's so mainstream now that it's just a product to consume.
If I saw Star Wars on here, I'd be like, okay, that's like sanctioned nerd interest, right?
Okay. I mean, I nowadays it's just, as long as there's a war going on, a fight for the soul of Lucasfilm between normies and fans of the original trilogy, I have to think that it's commandeered and it's now so mainstream that it's not nerdy.
But it's known...
If the shirts are available at Target, it's not nerdy. It's like people who wear the Nirvana shirt from Target and they're like, I didn't know it was a band.
Well, that doesn't make listening to Nirvana not like indicative of your music taste.
But it does mean that it's no longer a subculture. Because
if you see,
it no longer signals a subculture that it once did.
I agree, but if we're just talking about what it represents, we're talking about there's a community of people who's really into this franchise.
Okay.
You know?
The Summer I Turned Pretty. I noticed they have the book and not the TV show there.
But this, to say that you're part of a community of like people who are passionate about Crumble.
I mean,
I think that's not really a comparison.
How is she that thin if she likes Crumble that much? That's the real question.
And she's lying about eating Crumble. That's a fact, yeah. So this next one...
It's just a social status now?
This next one is another...
Oh my gosh.
Another example with... What do we got? One of them is literally just vodka Red Bull.
Which one? Wait, which one am I looking at here? Am I looking for this one or this one?
The second example. Second example here.
Is that this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them is literally just vodka Red Bull.
Nerding out with Fashion Nova.
Fashion Nova, Starbucks. Like some of these, okay, maybe we can say that's like stereotypically nerdy. Maybe what would it be? You know, there's the Star Wars, there's Marvel. Like, I know that these things are super mainstream now, but there's
Nerd out with Shein.
Like, okay, so you like fast fashion?
I guess.
Spotify is on here.
Yep.
As well. TikTok, just the TikTok logo.
These are just interests. They're just normal interests.
Well, okay, but like Instagram, the Instagram logo.
Discord is on here.
You're into Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. There's also a picture of a tequila shot. Like
scuba diving.
The high heels in like next to her face. What? Yep. Okay, but some of these are like, maybe I could... Okay, how is Omegle on here?
Yeah.
That's a red flag. Okay, and then the next one...
Okay, so maybe the idea in their brain is that they have a lot of interest in something very specific, and if it was any more, it would be the people who are like, I'm so autistic. I've read every book from the Summer I Turned Pretty series or something.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a series. It might just be one thing. But the point is like, they have an interest. They like that interest a lot. Therefore, that's nerding out. In which case, this is just a semantic argument.
Yeah, I suppose. But some of these are inexcusable.
Nerding out to lifting weights.
Some of these are inexcusable. You're not nerding out about McDonald's.
Correct.
Like, that's just, you're being a consumerist pig. The next one has to be satire. Like, I have to believe it's satire. Dubai chocolate, Stanley cups,
Lululemon,
Labubu's, and Love Island. And then what's that other logo right there?
I still don't know what this one is. If somebody in the chat can let me know what the square is.
Are we out of touch? Is that Visco?
I was like, is this the Stripe logo? Like, are they nerding out to like selling, like to like doing financial transactions with people online?
Yeah, I'm out of touch. I don't know. And then the next guy, he was probably doing a little performative male post here with like feminism.
Is that Benson Boone and the Rizzler?
The Rizzler, Big Justice.
Big Justice.
He likes
Brat Summer.
Gracie Abrams. He likes mustard. He likes matcha.
Oh, it's Roblox.
Lana Del Rey.
It's Roblox, that symbol.
Oh, got it. Okay, so we have like adults who play
Definitely
Roblox.
after my time.
Do not let your children play Roblox because they're playing with adults.
Look.
Yeah. So he likes.
Did you see the? Did you see the story about the $30,000 Labubu heist in Los Angeles?
No, I didn't.
There's this video that came out of these like criminals that broke into this reselling store and they stole $30,000 in Labubus. The Great Labubu Heist of 2025. It's like the one that we saw from last year. What was it that got stolen? Pokemon stuff? Like there was another big heist last year for something else. But yeah, the Labubus are the most recent thing to be stolen.
Well, they're so easy to steal. Yeah, I would have seen that coming for sure because they're so inflated in value right now. They have to act fast. So basically what people are surmising from the nerd out trend is that conventionally attractive people never had to adapt to have their own interests because conforming is just the path of least resistance for them, and they can be accepted into the mainstream social culture somewhat seamlessly because they're attractive.
I mean, all of these things are perfectly acceptable if you're unattractive. Like they're just all it says is like
okay, but
it's like the stereotype of like the really dumb rich guy who can get any woman he wants. It's like reverse Darwinism. He doesn't have to try because he's got money. These people, they don't have to try to form a personality because they're conventionally attractive.
But also like McDonald's isn't a personality trait. Like, I'm sorry.
Again, I think this is just a semantic argument where they're processing. Like, they took the trend and they didn't really think it through. And they're like, I like McDonald's.
Things I like.
Things I like.
Yeah,
that's all
I guess so.
Nerd out. Like, look how nerdy I am. I get a McDouble.
This is kind of branched out from another trend on TikTok called pretty people humor, which points out the fact that conventionally attractive people don't have very developed sense of humors. They kind of adopt their sense of humor from social media, and they just kind of go based off of the like trending audio, and they think that it's super laugh out loud funny. This guy made a video parodying pretty people humor that I would like to know.
All we have to do is put the Nothing Beats a Jet 2 holiday audio over the clips from last night. You know what I think we should name our new dog? Bear. I have an idea for decor for our new apartment. We need to give Gibby for my car. No, for Halloween this year, we need to order bald caps from Amazon and all be Pitbull.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to like anything anymore because somebody out there is gonna make satire about about what you like. Don't know what that is, but that's making me laugh.
And then the next example is Sydney Sweeney.
Here we go.
She has pretty people humor.
Addictive. Wow. I think I'm gonna name it Bob. I don't know why. Bob. Very simple. Bob. Bob. I don't know if Bob is a he or a she. It's just a Bob.
Okay.
And it says, me in 3rd grade trying to make my classmates laugh.
Yeah.
Like if your sense of humor just stopped developing at 8 years old.
Wait, what the hell does this have to do with the guy before this? Like the guy before this definitely doesn't have like pretty people privilege to make stupid jokes. He's making fun of it. Okay. Look, you're not allowed to like or enjoy anything anymore, and sincerity is roundly mocked.
I don't know if that's a right read on the situation.
Sincerity
what does
is
this
rounded
have
up.
to do with
The
sincerity?
guy before this, like where when he's talking about all the things that he's laughing about, other people, pretty or not, can find things funny, and that's fine. But somebody's always going to make fun of you for it.
I think he's talking about people who adopt their entire sense of humor
we have
from
to do is-
TikTok.
I mean, well then,
And that's not sincere.
then
That's
what
something
does that have
you
to do with pretty people then? And it's TikTok. Am I just missing something here? Just going over my head.
Well, there is an explanation in the next video
Okay.
from someone who says she grew up ugly, so she knows the experience of having to develop a sense of humor.
Okay. I mean, okay. All right, here we go.
That people are finally calling out this like pretty girl humor. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the perfect reference video for this is that video of Sydney Sweeney with like that bubble thing, and she's like, I'm gonna name it Bob. I don't know why, just Bob. It's so simple. He's just Bob. It's very much like their humor never developed past the 4th grade because neither did their looks. Also, ignore how I sound. I'm like actually deathly ill right now. As someone who was 100% ugly when they were younger, here's a reference photo if you don't believe me. I can say that when you feel like ostracized for the way you look, you kind of have to develop like ways to make up for it, like a sense of humor. It could also be like academically or athletics wise, but I feel like for the most part, a lot of people use sense of humor to make up for them not being attractive. Clearly, I'm not saying like all attractive people aren't funny, but I'd say a large majority of those attractive people that are funny had a glow up at some point in their life. But there are some people who, luckily for them, were just born attractive and never really had to have a glow up. I mean, maybe they had like an awkward phase, but it's literally just them having braces on. But I've seen a lot more people like realizing this and calling it like the pretty girl sense of humor and showing like clips of people who are very naturally pretty and like, I'm sorry, but how they're very unfunny. Which again, not all pretty people are unfunny. But I've seen a lot of people specifically talking about this in reference to Sydney Sweeney. They're saying stuff about how she doesn't really have a sense of humor or a developed personality because she relies so heavily on her looks. But since so many people have been calling her out for this, I've also seen a lot of people come to her defense and be like, she does have a personality, she does, stop calling her out. She was valedictorian, she does this, she does that. And I'm like, these are all great things, yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean she has a personality. Like, just because you did well in school doesn't mean you have a personality. It really doesn't. I do want to say, though, that, like, obviously I don't know her in real life, and nobody else does that's talking about her. So what we're seeing online could obviously very well just be, like, her media-trained personality, and this isn't really how she acts in real life. But either way, it is very boring, and as I described in the beginning, like, a very middle school sense of humor. But I'm curious to know, like, what the general population's opinions on this are. So do you guys think it's an actual thing to have, like, a pretty girl sense of humor? Or do you think it's just the type of thing that it's people who are unfunny that
Hold, please.
Thank you. We also have a 20 that I need to remember to get. We have a 20 from Shane H. Wilder. You can't nerd out on matcha. It's just a good drink. That would be like me saying I'm nerding out on zins. To me, nerding out is like journaling, reading deep books like the Summa Theologiae for fun, etc. Yeah, it's something that requires higher investment.
Okay. All right.
Than, like an investment of your time, an investment of actual passion about something, not consumption.
Okay. As for this, first of all, she looks the same in her old photo as she looks now. And second of all,
That's not true.
Yeah, she does. And second of all,
And by the way, she's probably a high schooler.
this is the type of thing where you have a belief that you already hold, and you're taking a clip and then just formulating a response around it. You took a 8-second clip of her doing something stupid on camera and are then extrapolating making a very large argument about what it means for who she is functionally as a person based on a clip of her holding whatever that thing was.
Well, I don't
It's
think she's really
absurd.
talking about Sydney Sweeney, though.
I mean, she's referencing
Like the video-
Sydney Sweeney in the whole thing.
She was saying that the Sydney Sweeney video represents the larger trend that conventionally attractive people aren't really expected to contribute as much in wit.
I mean, this is
which is
something people have been
true.
saying for ages, which is that, it's short dudes say this too, right?
You don't have to make up for as much when you're conventionally attractive.
I I guess.
So it's not
but
like something that you do to adapt in these situations.
none of that even matters because the stuff online isn't representative of who you are as a person anyways, because it's a extremely curated version of yourself that doesn't actually represent who you are. In the same way that Sydney Sweeney what was that thing? I don't even know what that thing was.
I don't know.
Whatever that was isn't representative of what Sydney Sweeney's like when she's sitting at home on her couch talking to a friend. Just like her making Get Ready With Me videos with some weird thesis about what it all means isn't indicative of who she is as a person either. So all of this just feels like treading water into a realm of futility.
But you can admit the truth that conventionally attractive people, generally speaking, don't adapt socially to be as witty. That is a fact.
I guess.
Like that is just all that they're pointing out here.
Okay.
I think you just got triggered because you don't like watching women put on makeup.
No, I disagreed with the other stuff too. And in general, it felt like she had an idea for what she believed and she wrapped it in a video clip and just kind of put it all together. It didn't actually seem like they seemed incongruous to me.
The Sydney Sweeney video.
Everything she's talking about here, it's like you're extrapolating a lot about a single person based on, and I know that she's making larger claims about other people, but she also keeps referencing her as well.
Yeah.
And it just seems very stupid.
Okay.
That is me. But,
you're entitled to your opinion.
I also don't look. You're right that historically, there's all sorts of memes about like, like, wow, you're really funny. Haha, thanks. I grew up with a lot of trauma. Blech.
Yeah, that sucks too.
Yeah.
Yeah, having trauma isn't a personality or a sense of humor either. And as for the hobbies trend, like the nerd out trend, this is why I see a pushback against consumerism amongst Gen Z. Like they're making ironic content to mock consumerism and they mock themselves for their consumerist tendencies.
So these here were mocking themselves?
Some of them were genuine and some of them were ironic. It's kind of hard to tell because that's the point of the whole like layered irony thing. But the reason why like Dubai chocolate, Labubu matcha, Benson Boone, Moonbeam ice cream, crumble cookie, like the reason why that has become a turn of phrase and a meme is because Gen Z is making fun of themselves for their consumerist tendencies, and they are trying to make light of it in order to de-influence themselves from these trends, you know?
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.